Have you ever asked this question with all sincerity? Is there a God? Not just with the tongue. Rather, from within himself. Where there is no fear, no hope. Does this question arise there also? Because we often think about God when we are sad, when in fear, when life appears uncertain to us. Then we say, there must be someone who will save us. The one who is watching us. But is he God? Isn't that just an extension of our fear? Didn't we fabricate it? So that we don't feel helpless. See, when you say, there is God. So that's a belief. And when you say, there is no God. That's also a belief. In both cases, you become the knower. But that's not the truth. Which is known by faith. That's when the truth comes. When faith is lost. When the mind is empty. When there is no conclusion left within. Sometimes you sit alone. Among the trees. Or in your room. And ask yourself. Am I looking for God because of this? Because I'm afraid. Fear of loneliness. Of death. Of the future. And when you see this fear in its entirety. So that fear ends. And in that emptiness. Where there is no fear. There is something else that emerges. Extremely calm. Extremely vibrant. I don't say he's God. Because as soon as you give him a name, that becomes the idea. Naming means limiting him. But what is there? When the mind is completely silent, he is infinite. He is beyond words. He cannot be bound by any religion, no scripture, no idol. Have you ever seen? When is the morning sky first bright? Or when innocence shines in a child's eyes? Or when there is a genuine smile on the face of a poor person? There, in that moment, something touches you. Something that cannot be said in words. That is divinity. That's what people call God. But that which cannot be seen. It can only be lived. When you love. Without selfishness. God is there. When you hear someone. Without judgment. God is there. When you look at a flower. Without saying, it's beautiful. God is there. Because at that moment. Between you and the object. There is no distance left. That oneness. He is God. You will say. So is the God in the temples a lie? No, I don't say that. But when you worship only idols. And there is jealousy, fear, greed. So your worship is only a habit. It's a tradition. God is not found there. Where there is a crowd. Where superstition exists. See you there. Where you are fully aware. Where your mind is calm, simple and innocent. Look. Truth is not a thing. He is not a person. That's the essence of life. That which flows into everything. In your breath. In every leaf of the trees. In every drop of waterfall. But we live in such a noisy. In the noise of desires, thoughts, comparisons, fears. We don't hear that music. When the mind is silent. Then the universe speaks for itself. That silence is the language of God. I wouldn't say that God exists. Nor is it that God does not exist. Because both statements are limited. I will only say this. when the mind is completely free. So something like this appears there, which is irrational. It's indescribable. And no name is enough. That's it, friends. Maybe that's God.